Not gonna lie, I'm not 100% sure how to start this episode, so I figured it's only fitting to start it with a riddle. So let me know if you know the answer. Who wears a wig and is shit at riddles? And the answer, of course, is obvious. It's Flint. No, wait, Blaine. Oh shit. Flint's Brock's dad. Oh, bollocks. You know what? I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it. That's your intro. Roll it. Now, today's episode starts with a long recap of the previous episode. So as you can imagine, I didn't think we'd get any WTF moments out of that recap. But then the narrator says,
Ninetales won the first round with its Ember attack.
You what, mate? Ember? Ember? I thought it was Fire Spin, Ninetales' most powerful attack. The narrator refers to Magmar as a Spitfire Pokemon invulnerable to voltage. It's a fire type, it's not invulnerable to voltage. Sure, it did that Air Lens or Air Lance bollocks in the previous episode, but as we said before, that was complete bull. We get shown the shot of Pikachu backing up towards the edge of the gym platform right before Magmar uses its Fire Blast, and we hear this quote from Ash.
You'll feel 100% soon, Pikachu.
When did he say that? More importantly, why would he say that in that situation? Pikachu's about to be decimated and might even fall into a pool of boiling magma, and Ash is just there like,
You'll feel 100% soon, Pikachu.
like some kind of creepy horror character.
Once the lava claims your flesh, Pikachu, all of your troubles will melt away.
Now in today's actual episode, as Magmar's Fire Blast is heading towards Pikachu, Ash tells Pikachu to duck for cover. Ash, mate, what are you doing? You're telling Pikachu to lie down and let the flames go over him. Pikachu knows quick attack and agility. Just get him to use one of those and dodge the flames. You've basically thrown the match right there. Pikachu gets burned to a crisp and almost falls into the magma below. Ash Ketchum's poor decision making has almost killed his best friend. Pass it on. After Pikachu climbs back up, with no help from Ash by the way, and gets ready to continue the battle, Ash runs onto the battlefield and tells Pikachu to forget it because it's not worth it. Mate, you need the Volcano badge in order to enter the Pokemon League, which is your ultimate goal right now. It's absolutely worth it.
It's not worth it, Pikachu. It's only our hopes and dreams.
Blaine tells Ash his decision to quit was a wise one because he'd surely be disqualified as a Pokemon trainer if he'd chosen to continue. Wait. That's a thing? Like if you let your Pokemon battle to the point that they're knocked out, you can be disqualified as a trainer? Seems like a weird rule to me.
Well, actually, Liam, I think it's more about putting your Pokemon's life in danger, since Pikachu could have ended up in the magma pool and died.
But if that's the case and it is about not endangering the life of your Pokemon, maybe the rule should be that gym leaders can't have their gym arena suspended over a pool of bloody magma. Direct quote from Ash.
I'm sorry, Pikachu. It's all my fault we lost.
You're damn right it was your fault. Now admittedly, Squirtle was a great starting choice even though it's been barely trained, but every decision you made after that was just absolutely dreadful. In the next scene, we see Ash using water from the hot springs to clean up Pikachu's injuries, when Ash says,
You'll feel 100% soon, Pikachu.
Oh, so that's where that line was from. I wonder why they chose to use that particular voice clip in the recap. And yeah, I get that it was a mistake, but it does make me wonder what line they originally wanted to use.
Pikachu, if you don't move quick, Magmar's gonna burn you to a fucking crisp, you nonce.
Misty is surprised to hear that Ash wants to battle Magmar again because she thinks Magmar's Fire Blast is just far too powerful. She says she doesn't think she could beat it with all of her water Pokemon put together. You're forgetting one thing though, Misty. Your water Pokemon absolutely suck. You guys can prove that you don't suck and that you're all awesome people by giving a little tap on that like button. Let's go for 5,000 if we can, and of course hit subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss an episode of Pokemon WTF Moments. Can we just take a moment to ask why Ash and his friends left the secret entrance to Blaine's secret gym wide open? Then again, I guess it's like we said in the previous episode, it's not like anybody can actually find this hotel to begin with. Team Rocket are holding themselves underwater in the hot springs to try and get used to the heat, but how are they talking underwater? Moving your lips slightly would break the seal you've got around those bamboo pipes that you're using to breathe, so you would be literally unable to breathe if you tried to talk under the water. You just take in water. And how would they hear each other anyway? Anime physics, man. They're fucking dumb. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Because Ash & Co left the gym entrance wide open, Team Rocket have just waltzed in with their freeze blasters. Well done, Ash, Misty and Brock, you absolute bunch of numpties. Meowth distracts Magmar by offering it a fake prize, but the prize he offers is a free trip to Mount Vesuvius. Mount Vesuvius? This Mount Vesuvius? You're in the Pokemon world, Meowth. How do you know about Mount Vesuvius?
Well, actually, Liam, I think you'll find the Pokemon world is based on... Wait, that was bait, wasn't it?
Gotta feed that algorithm. Team Rocket used their freeze blasters and freeze Magmar solid, but then when Magmar is frozen, its tail flame is also frozen in place. Pokemon, I hate to break this to you, but that's not how fire works. Like, either we should have seen the flameless tip of Magmar's tail, or the flame still there, but still moving as if it was burning within the inside confines of the ice before melting it. Although, I guess that would have spoiled the reveal of Magmar's escape from the ice. Speaking of which, oh look, Magmar's flame body. Hey, that's a good idea for an ability. Melted the ice. Almost like freezing a Pokemon capable of manifesting fire should be impossible. Honestly, I'm still mad that fire-type Pokemon can still be frozen in the games. Like, we're at a point where all electric-type Pokemon are immune to paralysis, so why aren't all fire-type Pokemon immune to freezing? Although, having said that, all fire-type Pokemon are immune to being burned, so let's not make the fire-type too OP. Plus, if we did make all fire-type Pokemon immune to freezing, that would mean the ability Magma Armor would be completely useless, and that'd probably make Slugmo, Macargo, and Camerupt pretty pissed when they got back from their Gen 8 vacation. You know what? Just forget the whole thing. Team Rocket respond by attempting to freeze blast the entire gym. Why not just refreeze Magmar and run away as it thaws out? Surely if you're just freezing everything around it, it can still run over to you and potentially stop you. Every time Team Rocket freezes part of the walls, the ice instantly cracks and crumbles away. What part of "you're in a volcano, this probably isn't the best place to be if you're trying to freeze stuff" don't they get? Blaine runs out of the hotel when he hears the commotion and says he was just on his way to the lavatory, and then jokes that every room in a volcano is technically a lavatory. I mean, great play on words there, mate, but you're making this joke to Ash Ketchum, who is notoriously stupid. So keep saying stuff like that and you may just catch Ash squeezing out a steamer in Magmar's playpen. Also, this leaves us with two hidden mysteries in this episode. Firstly, was Blaine on his way to do a number 1 or a number 2? And secondly, did he ever get to pee or poo? Poor Blaine. If he's had to hold it in for the entire rest of the episode, it's no wonder he's such a grumpy bastard. So while Team Rocket have repeatedly been firing their freeze blasters at the walls to the point where ice is actually forming on the walls of the volcano and staying there, Magmar has just been stood the whole time just watching? Magmar, why haven't you tried to stop them, you lazy twat? You'd have probably only needed one fire blast. Get off your arse, mate. Blaine explains that the ice cooling all of the rocks will make cracks in the walls of the volcano that lava will flow through, which will ultimately cause a volcanic eruption. Is it too late to say you probably shouldn't have built a tourist resort at the base of a volcano? Or a gym inside it, for that matter? It's probably too late, isn't it? Something you're not too late for is the chance to use code ACE for 30% off G Fuel, because we are still in round 4 of G Fuel Code Madness. That's right, we made it to round 4. We find out on Monday if we get through to round 5. I'm crossing my fingers and my toes, and my little pee-pee's all tied up in a knot as well, just as an extra crossed appendage, I suppose. Where am I going with this? Today I'm drinking Pink Drip, which tastes like, basically like pink chewy sweets, like Pink Starburst or something. It's absolutely wonderful. It's beautiful and sweet, very, very tasty. Oh, it's so, so nice. Use code ACE for 30% off. Remember, it's for over 18s only. It contains caffeine, and just drink it responsibly. Don't be a tit. 2 of the chains supporting Blaine's gym battlefield break away from the wall, and therefore the battlefield itself falls into the lava. And Blaine exclaims, "My gym is destroyed!" Yeah. It's probably way too late for I told you so's now, isn't it? Team Rocket get blasted off by the rock beneath them being blasted up by a jet of what I assume is just really, really hot water, but not quite hot enough to be steam, but still under enough pressure to make a blast, like a kind of geyser. Yeah, maybe it's that. I don't know. We'll go with that, though. To be honest, they've actually gotten really lucky here. They've caused a potential island-destroying event, and they've escaped completely free of consequences, all thanks to Mother Nature. With that kind of luck, they should buy a lottery ticket between them ASAP. Okay, a few things. Number 1, screw this shaky cam bollocks the animators have done to try and give the impression of volcanic rumblings and impending peril. It's making getting clear screenshots of these scenes nigh on impossible. 2, Blaine's plan is to throw rocks into the path of the lava that's flowing into the volcano so that it doesn't get into the lava that's already in the volcano, and that's what will stop a volcanic eruption. Honestly, I have no idea if that science is sound or works at all, but this is a show about mice that can electrocute people, so I'm just going to assume it works. And 3, when Pikachu goes to throw a rock into the lava, Blaine stops him and says that only a fire-type Pokemon can withstand the heat from that lava. Remember that statement, because we'll come back to it in just a moment. It's getting a little bit tricky to find WTF moments in this episode because so much time is taken up by prolonged shots of the same thing happening over and over. Seriously, from the moment Ash finishes saying,
A fire type?
there's a good 10 seconds of just Magmar throwing rocks until Ash finally decides to send out Charizard. And stuff like this happens a lot in this episode. I don't know why Ash bothered sending out Charizard. Of course it's going to ignore you, mate. What are we supposed to think has happened since the gym battle to make Charizard any more interested in listening to Ash? That's right, Naffle. I shit you not. After Ash says,
Charizard never listens to me.
there is legit 40 seconds of nothing but shots of Magmar throwing rocks and not being fast enough to stop the flow of the lava and yelling, Mag, more, over and over. And this is just interlaced with shots of Blaine and the gang and Charizard all just watching on. And then it just cuts to who's that Pokemon. Pokemon, come on, give me something to work with here. We get it, you made this episode and the last episode a two-parter and then realized after making part 1 that you didn't have enough content to fill the second part, so you had to put some filler in. But Christ, this is exhausting. Also, yay, who's that Pokemon isn't a spoiler for a change. Still, kind of ironic that in an episode centered around volcanoes and fire-type Pokemon, they'd pick a Pokemon that was 4 times weak to fire. So we come back to break to, you guessed it, even more filler. And then Blaine explains to Misty that if the volcano blows, there will be nowhere to run and the island will be destroyed. Then at this point, surely than just watching Magmar fail on its own, you should probably be alerting all of the people on the island to evacuate. Imagine having the knowledge that there is a high chance of a literal disaster occurring, but not letting the innocent bystanders know so they can escape just in case. All because you want to see if your mate can stop it just in the nick of time? Blaine, get a grip, lad. Charizard starts helping for no reason. I mean, this is the first time Charizard has actually seen Magmar, and obviously the first time it's seen Magmar just failing miserably. So I guess in Charizard's mind, it's literally just,
Oh, Magmar, you're shit at this. Let me show you how it's done.
what the fuck is this? Blaine says that 2 Pokemon are more powerful than 1, so Brock sends out Geodude and Onix claiming rock Pokemon can take heat. Oh, really? They can take heat, can they? Well, where were they 5 minutes ago when you first heard about the impending threat of an island-destroying volcanic eruption? I swear, Brock's the laziest Pokemon trainer I have ever seen. He only brings out his Pokemon when he absolutely has to. Direct quote from Misty.
And Starmie, you can help them all to keep cool while they're working.
I hate to break it to you, Misty, but that's Star U. I'm just going to skip over the question of when the hell did Jigglypuff get here. Like, I know we last saw it at Gary's hotel, but this is quite a distance from there. But more importantly, imagine if it had sang here and put everybody in the place to sleep and just doomed the entire island. That would have ended the anime pretty abruptly. Then again, Magmar could have had Vital Spirit as an ability, which means it can't fall asleep. But then again, we know Magmar couldn't have solved the problem on its own, so probably still would have doomed everybody. That'd have been awful. Hold on a minute! I thought only fire-type Pokemon could stand the heat from that lava. Now, Geodude and Onix we can excuse, because apparently rock Pokemon can take heat, but Pikachu? He was told specifically by Blaine not to go fucking near it. Last time I checked, between Blaine saying the heat from the lava would be too much for Pikachu to handle, and now Pikachu is still Pikachu. So why are we suddenly allowing it to help out? Now, I know this has been explained as helping Geodude and Onix cool down as they work, but this is Geodude and Onix we're talking about. They're rock and ground types. This would cripple them. This close. You were this close to watching Togepi fall egg first into boiling magma. Misty, what's your goddamn baby Pokemon? I'll bet you there's some disgusting creepo out there that ships this. After the lava is finally blocked off and under control, Blaine says he doesn't know how to thank Ash, and Ash butts in and assumes that Blaine is just going to hand him the volcano badge. The absolute audacity of Ash Ketchum. He's become so accustomed to being handed gym badges without actually winning them that now it's just an expectation for him at this point. What an arsehole. Direct quote from Blaine. Since my gym has been wrecked, would you object if we held our match right here on the volcano? I mean, I'm sure that's fine, mate, but why did you wait till everybody was already on top of the volcano before asking? As if after all the effort to get up there, someone would turn around and be like, Actually, I'd rather do it somewhere else. Should we climb back down? Charizard steps in to face Magmar, and Brock says it must be because Charizard saw how strong Magmar is and wants to test its strength. When? When did Charizard see how strong Magmar is? Charizard was returned to its Pokeball after the loss to Rhydon before Magmar was even called out. And all Charizard has seen since seeing Magmar for the first time is Magmar failing to stop the lava flow on its own. It literally hasn't seen Magmar show any kind of strength. You're talking out your arse again, Brock. Ash says,
Charizard, I choose you!
and then is surprised when Charizard lands on a rock directly in front of him. I mean, sure, Charizard probably did that of its own accord rather than because Ash asked it to, but technically it is still exactly where Ash wanted it to be. Direct quote from Misty.
Watch out for Magmar's flamethrower.
Mate, how do you know it's got flamethrower? We've only seen it use Fire Punch and Fire Blast so far. Apparently Misty's psychic. Pass it on. I have a question. How do two flamethrowers hitting each other make an explosion of black smoke? Surely two flamethrowers meeting in the middle would just make a bigger flame. Scientists in the comments, help a lad out. Charizard holds back Magmar's Fire Blast. And by holds it back, I mean he literally grabs the fire, he grabs the chemical reaction that is fire and holds it in place. Don't you just love cartoon physics? Blaine tells Magmar to use Skull Bash, and Magmar runs towards Charizard. Now bear in mind, the arena they're battling on is a series of circular pillars inside the mouth of a volcano with boiling lava at the bottom. So with that in mind, how is Magmar just sprinting towards Charizard here without jumping or hopping from rock to rock? Let me guess, it's running so fast that it isn't affected by gravity now? To be fair, it was levitating in the last episode, so maybe. Listen, I'm no Pokemon doctor, but Charizard's neck is all kinds of fucked up here. Is it getting longer as the battle goes on? Ash says Charizard doesn't have a chance if Magmar drags it down into that lava. But why doesn't he? He's a fire type. Blaine even said that fire types can handle the heat from the lava. Stop worrying, lad. It'll be fine. Magmar drags Charizard under the lava and Ash begins to cry. But mate, be realistic. Blaine said you'd be disqualified as a trainer if you allowed Pikachu to get battered by Magmar. So surely he'd get disqualified as a trainer and as a gym leader if he allowed his Magmar to actually kill your Charizard. Use your noodle, lad. Apparently Ash's Charizard now knows the move Submission, which is weird since an untrainable Pokemon that rarely battles is somehow learning new moves. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to see something new, it just doesn't make a lot of canon sense. It knows Seismic Toss now too? When did Charizard learn these moves? And even if it had had time to learn them, if it never obeys Ash, how would Ash even have been made aware that it knows these moves? This isn't making any sense. If any of you guys had opponent jumps to their feet, stands in a fighting stance, and then realizes they're knocked out and falls to the ground in your anime trope bingo, you win! Hang on, Blaine's last riddle is, what is red and has no words? And the answer is a volcano badge. Mate, that's just a shit riddle. It's not even a riddle, is it? Do you know how many other things are red and have no words? Blood? Ketchup? Santa's hat? A robin's chest? A red pepper? The t-shirt I'm wearing? Loads of things. Aren't riddles only meant to have one correct answer, not potentially thousands? On the plus side, hooray! Ash finally earned a badge, the proper way. And it only took him 2 attempts. Brock suggests they head back to Viridian City to face the gym leader there, and Ash has no idea that there was even a gym in Viridian City. Ash, mate, did you really leave on your Pokemon journey without even a basic idea of where the Pokemon gyms are? That seems like a really stupid way to start an adventure. Just hopping from town to town hoping that there's a gym there instead of using a map and planning out your route? I know you're 10, but sort your life out, mate. Misty reveals that she'd forgotten, until now, that Ash still owes her a new bike. Mate, imagine forgetting that someone owes you an entire bike. Bikes are expensive, and to think this little shit almost got away without having to buy her a new one. So those are my WTF moments for Pokemon Season 1, Episode 59, Volcanic Panic. Let me know your favourites and any that I missed down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with all notifications on. Go to twitch.tv/AceTrainLiam for all of my live streams, and use code ACE for 30% off G Fuel. Hopefully we get through to round 5 of G Fuel Madness, and until next time, I'm AceTrainLiam. Keep on training.